Loot chests. A staple of Wynncraft. Boxes spread all around the Wynncraft world, full to the brim with various types of loot. However, if I open this particular one, I will get in trouble. Because loot running is banned on the media world. But why is this the case? Well, I'm sure most of you know what the media world is and what loot running is, but to be certain that everybody's on the same page, I'll explain both very quickly. So the media world is simple. It's a regular Wynncraft world, except only people with the media rank can join. As you can see, I'm the only person currently online on the media world, and the only person who could join me would be other people in the Wynncraft media world. And loot running is simply the act of going through the Wynncraft world, collecting as many loot chests as you can find, usually with the main purpose of getting as many mythics as possible, as mythics can make either an extremely powerful weapon or extremely valuable sell on the trade market. But when you put them together, you get something that's not allowed. Why? Well, it's all due to the way these Wynncraft loot chests work. Basically, the amount of loot in a loot chest is completely determined on how long the loot chest has been spawned in the world, and when you loot a loot chest, it despawns and then respawns fresh. So, a loot chest that has been left untouched for 8 hours would probably be packed to the brim with loot. You'd often find this in lower level areas with harder to find loot chests because they often aren't touched by the higher level players for loot runs. Well, on the other hand, if it's a chest that's very commonly opened by players, or a chest that's just respawned, it'll likely have literal single-digit emeralds in it and maybe a unique unidentified item. This is why in the official loot running Discord, you mark down every loot run that you do before you do it. The reason this is done is because it allows players to look for worlds that haven't been looted in a while to get the best out of their loot runs. Because of course, if you loot run a world that hasn't been loot ran for 3 hours, you'll get significantly more loot than a world that was just loot ran 3 minutes ago. Alongside this, there's a limited number of worlds to work with, and there's always a chance that somebody who's not in the Discord will snipe your loot run, so it's basically impossible for players to have a 100% guarantee at a perfect loot run every time. And with all that said, that explains exactly why the Wynncraft media world is banned for loot running. You see, since most players can't access the Wynncraft media world, and the media world is pretty scarcely used by a very, very small amount of players, most of the loot chests all over this world are able to generate all the loot they can with basically no chance of being reset by a regular player. Which means that if I were to loot run the media world, I'd basically be absolutely guaranteed amazing loot from every single chest. Anyway, this has been Duoface. And just kidding, I didn't do that bit on the media world, please don't ban me. Anyway, have a good one!